everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today's video we're joined with Charlie, as we are, as you can tell by the title, going to be talking about our pros and cons and reviews on living in a new build. So yeah, we're just going to get straight into it. Apologies on my appearance because it's a Sunday, I'm not wearing makeup and I look like a boy, so that's why I've got glasses on. But yeah, to start off with, we're going to start with the cons, the bad things that have happened. The bad things that have happened whilst living in a new build. Him being one of them. So yeah, one of the cons we're going to start off with is with our fence and gate. Sorry if you can hear him breathing. So yeah, when we moved in, the month that we moved in, we had a big storm in the UK. And when I was living at home the week before we moved in, it actually ripped down our big apple tree. So that's showing how bad the storm was. So the week after the storm, we moved into this house, and the day that we moved in, we noticed that the fence was on a massive wonk. I would say I'll add a photo, but I don't think I can because it's on an ongoing case to get fixed, and I don't want to add it in case we get in trouble. But yeah, so 6 months in this house, still not been fixed. It was a security issue as well to begin with, because we couldn't safely lock the gate properly. So Charlie had to push it, and somehow since he's pushed the fence panel, we're able to open and close it still, but we can't lock the actual gate properly at the bottom. But yeah, so 6 months in this house, and
and the other con was we had a leak coming from our toilet.
Yeah, so again, the week we moved into this house, I was cleaning the bathroom and I noticed this like watermark underneath the toilet where a pipe is, and I was like, it's alright, I'll just ignore it, I'll just clean it, it's probably just a stain.
Luckily it's not the waste.
No,
it's nothing to do with the waste.
It wasn't anything to do with that.
It's the water that comes into the actual toilet
system,
and it fills it up.
So yeah, after a few Sundays of cleaning the bathroom, I noticed that mark was still there constantly, so we monitored it by keeping a glass under there and like collecting water, and it was getting quite bad. So called up, because obviously we're shared ownership, anything that goes wrong in this house, we can call them up and they will determine if it's something they need to fix or not. Luckily, everything that has happened in this house has ended up being them having to sort it out. Yeah. So yeah, they brought out a plumber who came out twice before somebody else came out who actually fixed it, and it took Charlie being here for a new guy to actually fix it properly, because I work from home, and this old guy who came around twice, first time he didn't know what the hell he was doing, and he just said he tightened it up and that should be it. It carried on. So then he came again, he was like, I don't know what's wrong with it, I'm just going to tighten it up again. And I was like, okay. And then it was still leaking. So then obviously Charlie called them up the next time and said, I want to be here when the plumber arrives to fix it, because, like, not being like stereotypical or anything, but the old guy, I feel like he felt I didn't know what I was talking about, and he was just telling me that he's just tightened it up and it should be fixed, and that was it. And he would literally be like 10 minutes here, whereas when Charlie was here and the different guy was here, he actually fixed the whole thing. He said he took one look and he took it apart and fixed it. So that was the second con. The third con is a recent issue that we had. So our fridge freezer started making this horrible grumbling and shaking sound.
Like we had Bigfoot in the kitchen.
But no, it was really bad because it wasn't something you could keep track on. It was something that would happen ever so often within the day. But when it happened, it would literally shake everything. Like my glasses in the cabinets were shaking. So every time I was in the kitchen, I was trying to record the sound. And luckily one day I got it and I reported it to the rental, like the landlord. And he was like, okay, we can't do anything about it because it's a new fridge, so you have to call Indeset, which is the fridge, and get them to come out and look at it. That was a whole hoo-ha, telling me because I don't have insurance on it, I can't get it fixed. But then I got put through to someone else and they said, well, no, because you're on a legal 1 year guarantee with any appliance, so you've had it less than a year, they've got to come out and fix it. So long story short, they came out, then the guy was like, oh, it's your, what was it?
The temperature gauge.
No, it's not the temperature gauge.
It was what keeps the fridge cool, controls the temperature, and it was coming down, and then it was going up, and as soon as it was going up, it was going straight back down again.
And it was shaking.
That was making it.
Yeah, because when the guy came to have a look, it was just me here because it was during the week. And I was really concerned that he wasn't going to be able to hear the sound. So I showed him the video and I wasn't sure that he was going to understand how loud the sound actually was. So he was like, that's fine, we'll come again another time. And then he was packing everything up and then the fridge made the sound and I was like, oh, did you hear that? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, I'll run some diagnostics now. And it came up on his little iPad thing as shaky, shaky grumbly fridge. And I was like, that's a bit weird. And he was like, yeah, it's just some weird terminology. Anyway, so then the next Monday, week after, they came and fitted a new thingy, whatever it was, in, and fingers crossed, touch wood, we've had no bad...
Hasn't made that noise since.
No, hasn't made that sound since. But that's the only cons we've had. Obviously, we're beginning to see a lot of cracks, especially the stairs and the skirtings. Anything else? Any cons? This carpet is a con.
Oh my god, the carpet.
The Hoover doesn't like sucking up the dirt from it, so I have to empty the Hoover all the time. A few months back, I was cleaning the windows. Frank decided to jump off the puff and spilt my cleaning solution all over the floor because it was a squirty bottle, but I dropped the squirty bottle a few weeks before outside and it broke the mechanism for it to spray. So why are you smiling like that?
Because we should put a vote in.
It was not me who knocked it over. It's
No. Should you have put the cleaner on the carpet knowing that we have a dog without the lid on?
He was fast asleep. He was asleep for hours on the sofa. And then as soon as I think, I'm going to go get a glass of water because this is thirsty work, I come back, walk through the hallway, and all I see is this puzzle of green. And I was literally like, are you serious?
Have you got a photo of it?
No, I don't.
What, the mark?
I don't think I do. I'll try and find a photo. If I can find a photo, I'll put a photo up now. But this carpet is wall carpet, unknown to us. And it's the most hardest carpet to clean ever. So I was using every cleaning product, every homemade remedy you could think of to bring up this neon green stain. We even contacted Charlie's friend who used to be a carpet cleaner. He said our carpet is fucked. So I was like, are you serious? So I was having sleepless nights because I love my house and I take pride in making it clean and keeping it clean. Yeah, I like it to look like a show home. So I was having sleepless nights over it. So I was like, oh, let me have a look at the home thing. We've got a
guide.
Yeah, like a whole thingy.
Instructions.
Thing. No, just it's a portfolio thing full of all like information on everything that we've got in the house.
Yeah.
And I found what type of carpet this was. So I searched up how much this carpet was, because I was getting to the point of thinking I'm going to have to rip this whole carpet up and get a new carpet because this green stain. Can you stop moving forward? Because you're making me go white every time you move forward. Look. Move your head. No, move your head down. It goes onto your skin colour and not me. Stop it. Stop. This is why I don't film with him, because it's actually infuriating. I said to him this will take half an hour. We've had to restart the beginning bit.
Still.
We had to restart the beginning bit because he's looking at the telly like that. He's looking at the dog like that. No, you don't. Shut up. And then he's looking at his feet, looking at the ceiling.
That's what it's called, don't it? When you can't sit still for 5 minutes.
Attention deficit disorder.
That is not it.
It is.
What?
I don't want to get in trouble. Look, you're making me white. Sit back. Stop. Right. Where were we? Carpet. So then I remembered I was getting quotes from everybody as well off of Trek or Trade who are carpet cleaners. Some guy wanted £250 just to clean the spot on my carpet, and I was like, no. So I remembered there's a thing called Rug Doctor. So we were like, right, it's only like £50 for 24 hours compared to some of the quotes we were getting before. We got it, we tried it out, and it brought it straight up. I mean, we had to really focus.
Straight up.
We had to. It did. We had to focus though for ages on that area.
So it didn't come straight up then?
Well, it didn't come straight up with the Rug Doctor.
We had to give it elbow grease with the Rug Doctor.
Okay, but it came up with the Rug Doctor.
Yeah. At the end.
But yes, so that was another con. Any other cons? The plants that they put in your garden.
Oh my god, the plants at the front.
I would have just preferred for them just to leave it.
There's about that much soil.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then about that much bark.
No, that much soil, that much bark. And then there's plants, like shrubbery, like bushes, these ugly, weird, wispy things that we need to get rid of because they're dead. Some flowers that are dead because they have nowhere to go anywhere because it's literally concrete.
Yeah.
Soil. Soil. Wood, what is it? Bark. And it's literally wood chipping. So yeah, I know they're silly cons, but it's just things that we've picked up on. Anything else? Oh, another con. These walls are horrendous.
Oh,
you cannot fit anything to them. Everything that is on the wall, pictures, they are command strips. Any mirrors that are on the walls, they're hung by these.
You need proper plasterboard fixings.
This is what all our mirrors are hung up by. These little Sharpie teeth things. They are so good. They hold anything. I think it's even holding our telly, isn't it?
It is holding our telly.
It's holding our telly.
So it's that.
So
that bit goes into the wall. So
you bash that in.
Put your hand like that again. Alright, so you've got the wall, yeah, and you put that in.
Bash it in.
You bash it in with a hammer. So you've got this huge circle, yeah, that's on the face of the wall. So it's in the wall like that. Right, and then what happens is when you put the screws that come with it, specific screws, right, you drill into the hole, right, and then what happens at the back is the teeth separate and create like a lock.
So basically you put the screw in that hole there and then you drill it in with a normal drill, and like Charlie said, they open.
It goes like that. And so you can't pull it out. And
it keeps everything safe. But also another thing that you should have, that I don't know where Charlie's put it and I've asked for it back, is a Bosch water and electricity pipe
finder.
Detector. So you put it on the wall and it tells you, it beeps at you, bright red if you're on something important. That's how they work. So it beeps at you bright red if you're on something important. It does amber if you're close, and then green you're fine to go into that area of the wall. That really helped us as well. Doing our mirror in the hallway, that was a pain in the arse, wasn't it? Because it's right above the radiator, and in new builds you'll find majority that the pipes run upwards, they don't run downwards. So you've got limited space on where you can put anything up on the walls. The telly though, because where we've got it, it is the main wall where they designed the house around having a telly on the wall there. So they put like an extra stud thing there, didn't they?
No, they didn't in the end.
Didn't they?
No, it wasn't there.
Oh,
That's why we had to use these.
Oh, I thought
they said there was, but it ain't.
Oh, but yeah, I can't think of any more cons in respect of what we've had to deal with in the house. Pros, I just love the house. Despite all the cons that we've had, I can't fault the house at all. I mean, there's been a few times where we've sat down and gone, why didn't we just buy an old house and do it up ourselves? But then when you think about all the money that you've got to put into it, it's just like not really worth it. Maybe in the future, if we do find ourselves wanting to leave this house, then maybe that's what we will do. But currently, we love it. Can you stop playing with that?
Can you put it back, please?
You talk. What's your pros about this house? Let's listen to what Charlie has to say.
Whoa, look at that plane. Blue and yellow.
Right, go on then, what's your pros?
So that,
the planes.
Yeah, we have a wild walk.
Oh yeah.
Basically outside the house. It's not currently open, but we have been around it a couple of times when it was
temporarily open.
Temporary. And then, so that was nice.
What about the actual house though, pros?
That we have most of the nice fence facing us.
Yeah, I'd say I would actually say we've got the nicest shared ownership house, because we've got the most
bigger garden.
Plot. We've got the bigger plot, and we are more like private because we've got our own private access to our garden, whereas everybody else has to go round the back
between everyone's house.
In between the houses, because it's three houses. We're on the very end here, and we've got our own little private access there, but all the other houses, the gap between the others there, go to their gardens. So we are very, very lucky. And also, they've all got to have their bins in their gardens. We're very lucky because when you look out our kitchen window, there's a little space for 2 bins, and we've claimed it. It's not our property, which if someone says to us you need to move the bins, we will be more than happy to move the bins.
2 bins fit
but 2 bins perfectly in there. And also, nothing was done with it.
No,
when we moved in, it was mud.
And it still is mud.
And it's still mud. So we were like, well, we'll just put our bins in, and no one's claimed it. So what we're going to do, because what I was thinking of doing, I did pitch this idea to you. There are pebbles. What I think we're going to slowly do is just scrape some of those pebbles over to the mud area, because where it's raining now, the bins are getting very, very muddy because they're on mud. And I don't want to put any of the yellow slabs down, because then that's really obvious that we've claimed that area, when it's literally, it's like no man's land.
Yeah.
It's owned by nobody, so anybody could put their bins there, but they haven't. But yeah, I think we're very lucky with the house that we've got and the bit of plot we have. They even said that we've got the biggest plot out of everybody. But that's also good, because when we do come to sell, if we ever want to, it's going to be worth more than all the others, because 1, it's an end terrace, and 2, bigger plot, and 3, it's got its private access. So, isn't it? Another pro.
What was I going to say? Oh, the free shed.
Oh yeah.
We got a free shed.
We got a free shed when we moved in from Carla.
It's not a cheap shed.
No. So if we haven't mentioned before, the house is a Carla Homes house, and they gifted all shed ownership houses with sheds. And it's a very nice shed. They came orange, but we were told we can do whatever we want with the shed. We could even take the shed down if we wanted to.
Because it's our shed.
Because it's our shed. But we wanted a shed. Not necessarily as big as that, we were only going to get a small shed, like half the size.
Yeah.
But we weren't aware that we were going to have a shed, so we've painted it a nice grey sludgy colour.
Yeah.
To just go with everything in the garden. But yeah. Anything else, Charlie? Any other pros?
I've actually thought of another con.
Oh, okay.
So the grass, when I was stabbing it, yeah, with the fork.
Yeah.
So
because we've got some ball patches at the moment.
All the seeds going.
Yeah.
I was stabbing it and I could feel rock straight
Rock?
away. What
do you mean rock? Like cement?
Yeah.
Really?
So the fork was only going in about that much.
Really?
Yeah. Do you want me to quickly show you?
Show me after this, yeah.
Where
Because
the bald spot is here, the bigger one, I stabbed it and you can hear it hitting like stones. Like
that's probably why it's not growing back then, because there's nothing for it to, like that patch over there.
Mm.
Yeah, they do kind of, because the thing is these houses go up so quickly. Well, I feel like ours didn't go up quickly at all, but all the other houses around us have shot up in like 2 weeks. Because they do them so quickly, I do feel like they bodged the job. But yeah, I don't have any more cons. Do you have any more cons? Any more pros? Or should we go straight into a review?
Yeah.
So just to summarise, we're going to do a quick review. Obviously, we are shared ownership. I do feel like any issue that we've had, the landlord, which is Hyde, have been really good. Like they've tried to sort it out as much as they could. The only thing I'm not happy with at the moment is about the fence and the gate. That's still yet to be fixed. But yeah, so I would definitely say the landlords have been fantastic. Carla, on the other hand, haven't been, but their houses are really nice. Don't let that put you off of a Carla home. I would just be very, very strict and on it with chasing, because I am chasing quite a lot.
Be persistent, otherwise they just forget about it.
They will forget. Yeah, so I would definitely say if you are looking to buy a new build, go for it. Do not hesitate. If you are the type of person that really wants to put a spin on an old house, then obviously a new build isn't for you, because a new build is literally just 4 walls. So if you're wanting a new build, go get a new build. But if a new build type isn't like your style, then obviously I would not suggest get one. But I really like it. I don't regret what we've done.
No,
do you?
No.
I do not regret it. And also at our age, a lot of people say it's really young. I don't think it's young at all. The earlier you can get onto the stock market, the better.
The what market?
Stock market.
Stock. Property.
Property ladder.
The stock market.
That's my work.
Now. We trading now, bro.
No, that's because of my work. No, the property ladder. Sooner you can get onto that, the better. Because our house, well, your mum said your friend owns a flat, isn't it? And he got it valued and it's already gone up.
Yeah, he bought a flat.
And flats are cheaper.
$290 and now it's worth $330.
Yeah.
I think. So he's made whatever in under a year.
In under a year. And imagine how much ours has gone up.
Should we?
What,
is it free to get it valued?
No, you have to pay to get it valued. It will be revalued anyway when we remortgage.
Mm.
So there's no point. There's a wasp trying to get. I'm really sorry if this video has been a bit distant and just rambling on about bad things in a new build and then the good things in a new build. But I did want to get this video out because I do have a lot of people. Stop picking. Stop it. Because I do get a lot of people who follow me on Instagram, which if you don't, my name is @todayoftilly_. I do get a lot of people messaging me on Instagram saying, what's your reviews on living in a new build? Do you have this in your new build? Do you think I should get that? Blah, blah, blah. I just say go for it. Trust your instinct. I did all of this by myself with Charlie. We just decided one day, look, we're going to move out, we're going to start this process, we like this development, let's see if they will accept our offer of like mortgage. And it did, and now we're here. So I do not regret anything. I just say go for it. You can pull out if you want to, that's up to you. Obviously, if you do decide later down the line that it isn't for you.
They've pulled out, haven't they, obviously?
Yeah. We came and had like, what was it? It was a special name. Well, basically we came a few days before moving into this house, a few weeks, sorry. It was the 11th of February and we moved on the 25th. We came and had a look around the house for the first time, and we were being shown like how to use certain things, like electric wise and like water wise and everything. And I said, so are all the houses taken now? She was like, yeah, everyone has been sold, everybody's starting to move in and stuff. And that's when we were like, oh God, we need to move in ASAP. That's why we moved in so early, because that was the earliest we can move in. Everyone's moved in except one house on the other side of our lot that we're on. And it's like, well, someone must have pulled out there then, because if they have to,
like all the others.
Yeah, it has to have, someone has to have had pulled out, because surely they cannot still be in the process on trying to get this house.
Surely not. That's like,
because that started back in November, nearly a year. If you do have any questions regarding a new build, then please leave me a comment down below and I will get back to you. But if you've got any of your pros and cons from living in a new build, also leave them down below, because I would be interested in seeing what you've had to deal with, because I've heard a lot of horrible horror stories that have happened. That's another thing, sorry, whilst looking up there, sorry if I've gone really white, because he moved whilst I was talking.
What?
Where our lintel is, we had a nightmare screwing in our bloody curtain poles, didn't we?
Yeah.
And especially a fat little someone down there. He sat on our curtains one night and pulled the curtain pole out. But anyway, yeah, that's an issue. But also, it's bubbling the paint up there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that is. What is it?
It's where something's getting wet in there.
Oh, great.
Which is bringing moisture out to the plasterboard, which is then...
Let me check it. Fuck, that's a massive bubble. What do we do?
We've got to pop it and scrape it back and then fill it and then repaint it.
Well, I'll get back to you on that one.
That might be a con.
But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, like I said, please leave me any comments of any questions that you may have, or leave me any comments with any pros or cons that you've had living in a new build. And yeah, I hope you did enjoy. If you're new, please subscribe. Thank you for finding me and watching my video. If you are an existing viewer, thank you again for coming back and being very loyal. But yes, I hope you did enjoy this week's video, and I will see you in next week's, which next week's is spa break. We're going on a spa break next weekend. This time next weekend, we will be at the spa. I cannot wait.
You'll come back.
I'll do a little vlog. I'll film what I can, because obviously it's a spa. You can't really film much. What are you doing? Because it's a spa, you can't really film much without annoying people. So yeah, that's what next week's video is going to be. Stop it. Right, I don't think I can do it with him because he's really annoying. But you can have this ring back. Literally after this, we're going to start talking about weddings and like planning and budgeting, because we've already found somewhere we really like.
Yeah, we have to, fair.
But every time I enter the conversation of weddings, it literally just, he switches off. But anyway,
He switches
you
off.
do switch off. Let's get Frank and say a good
He's
old
sleeping.
family bye-bye.
Sorry, Frank. Oh, sorry. Oh.
Oh, sorry, darling. Come here. Can you let it get off of me? Charlie, look at the thing. Look at the camera. Right, stop. We'll do a thumbnail in a minute, but anyway, that was us trying to get a thumbnail with the dog. Sorry for the change of camera angle. My camera cut out and I now need to say goodbye because we were fussing with Frank and now he's gone back to sleep. So basically, goodbye. See you in next week's video.
Bye.
Bye.